My dear one, tell me honestly, how many mornings have you stared at your bank balance, sighed, and whispered, one day you'll feel secure. One day you'll walk with confidence. One day you'll finally live the life I've been dreaming of. But that one day never comes, because the universe cannot deliver what you do not yet embody. You keep waiting for the money to make you feel rich, while the law of life waits for you to feel rich first. There was once a woman who spent her days wishing for abundance. She wrote affirmations, prayed for miracles, and waited for the universe to notice her. But deep down, she still felt unworthy. Her posture said, maybe someday. Her tone said, not yet. And every vibration of her being whispered to the universe, I'm still waiting. You see, that's the illusion, the belief that wealth begins in your account, when in truth, it begins in your awareness. Wealth is not what you get. Wealth is what you remember. Every time you postpone joy until you can afford it, you send a message to creation, I am not ready. Every time you delay gratitude until results appear, you hold your blessings hostage. The spiritual law of supply cannot flow to the one who stands still in waiting, it flows through the one who moves as if it's already done. This is the secret the awakened souls have always known. You must act from your abundance, not toward it. So I ask you now, in this moment, what if you stopped waiting and started walking? What if you chose to dress, speak, and move as if the universe had already signed your name on every opportunity? The waiting version of you prays for the door to open, but the wealthy version of you walks through it. That shift alone, my dear, is the beginning of transformation. Because the truth is, your millionaire life does arrive someday. It begins the instant you stop waiting for permission to live it. There is a sacred law the ancient mystics knew well: the outer world bows to the inner image. Long before a throne is built, the king sits upon it in his imagination. Long before gold fills her purse, the queen carries herself as though every step she takes blesses the earth beneath her feet. This is not arrogance, it is divine remembrance. The way you walk, the way you speak, the way you hold your head, these are silent prayers shaping your destiny. The world does respond to what you want. It responds to who you are being. I once met a man who longed for success, but carried the posture of defeat. His shoulders were heavy with doubt, his words cautious, his dreams whispered like apologies. He said, when I have the money, I'll finally feel confident. But the universe only echoed back his hesitation. So I asked him, what if confidence comes first? What if confidence is the currency that buys your wealth? That day he began walking differently, not pretending, but embodying his future. Within months, doors opened where there were once only walls. This is the law of embodiment, the mystical mirror of creation. You do not receive what you wish for, you receive what you rehearse. Every thought is a costume. Every word, a stage direction to the universe. So if you constantly speak of lack, life will cast you in the role of the struggler. But when you speak as one who already owns the stage, the script changes. You become the leading character in your own prosperity story. So walk today as though you are already chosen. Speak as though your every word is law. Carry your spirit with quiet authority. The energy of wealth does chase, it radiates. Say this now, and say it with presence. I carry myself like wealth already trusts me. Again, I carry myself like wealth already trusts me. Because when your energy begins to match your vision, reality will have no choice but to fall in line. There is an invisible script running every second of your life, it's called belief. Belief is the quiet author of destiny. You may not see it, but it writes the way people treat you, the chances you take, and the limits you accept. You cannot rise higher than what you believe you deserve. And most people don't have a money problem, they have a belief problem. Their minds are rich in fear and poor in faith. They wait for evidence before they trust, but the universe demands trust before evidence. From the moment you were born, the world began whispering its limitations into your ears. Money doesn't grow on trees. Be grateful for little, and ask for too much. These phrases were not advice, they were spells. Repeated so often that they wove themselves into your nervous system, convincing you that smallness was safety and struggle was noble. But today, my dear, we break that curse. Because no one was ever born to worship lack. You came here to experience divine overflow not as greed, but as grace. I once met a man who worked endlessly yet never felt abundant. His life was a cycle of earning and worrying, saving and fearing. When I asked him why he was afraid of wealth, he said, "Because I was taught that wanting more is selfish." I told him gently, "Poverty is not humility, it is hypnosis. The universe is infinite, it cannot be exhausted. To limit yourself is to insult creation itself. You are not created to beg the infinite, you are here to express it. Every time you say yes to something that shrinks your soul, you sign a silent contract with limitation. Every time you speak words of lack, you renew that contract. But the good news is, every contract can be cancelled. Every curse can be rewritten. Right now, I want you to declare this with conviction. I cancelled every agreement I ever made with struggle and scarcity. I now align with divine supply. Again, I cancel every agreement I ever made with struggle and scarcity. I now align with divine supply. Feel the power of those words, they are not wishes. They are revocations. When you speak like this, you reclaim your energy. You pull your spirit back from the places it was drained by fear and shame. You stop performing poverty and begin embodying prosperity. So let this be your decree today. I break the poverty spell. I serve the God of overflow. Again, I break the poverty spell. I serve the God of overflow. Because the moment you revoke the lie of limitation, heaven begins to reintroduce you to the truth of your inheritance abundance without apology. A student once came to me, tired and defeated. She said, "Florence, I've tried every affirmation, but nothing changes." I smiled and asked, "Do you believe your words, or do you just repeat them?" She was silent. Then I told her affirmations are not magic when spoken once. They are miracles when believed repeatedly. She began to change her morning ritual. She looked into the mirror and declared, "I am already wealthy in energy. I am already abundant in identity." She spoke it daily until her voice trembled with conviction. Within months, her outer world began to reflect her inner certainty. You see, the subconscious mind is loyal, it obeys repetition. Whatever you repeat becomes your truth. If you tell yourself that money is hard, the mind agrees. If you tell yourself that you are worthy of overflow, the mind aligns with that too. Your words are not small, they are codes. Each sentence sends a command to creation, instructing it who you believe you are. Speak lack, and lack listens. Speak wealth, and wealth awakens. So I ask you, what story are you rehearsing in silence? What identity are you confirming every morning? Because belief is not built by chance, it's built by choice. And the choice is always yours. Say this now, I am already the version of me who has it. I am already living my answered prayer. Repeat it until your spirit believes it. Because once your mind accepts the wealth identity, your world has no option but to reveal it. From the moment you were born, the world began whispering its limitations into your ears. Money doesn't grow on trees. Be grateful for little, and ask for too much. These phrases were not advice, they were spells. Repeated so often that they wove themselves into your nervous system, convincing you that smallness was safety and struggle was noble. But today, my dear, we break that curse. Because no one was ever born to worship lack. You came here to experience divine overflow not as greed, but as grace. I once met a man who worked endlessly yet never felt abundant. His life was a cycle of earning and worrying, saving and fearing. When I asked him why he was afraid of wealth, he said, "Because I was taught that wanting more is selfish." I told him gently, "Poverty is not humility, it is hypnosis. The universe is infinite. It cannot be exhausted. To limit yourself is to insult creation itself. You were not created to beg the infinite, you are here to express it. Every time you say yes to something that shrinks your soul, you sign a silent contract with limitation. Every time you speak words of lack, you renew that contract. But the good news is, every contract can be cancelled. Every curse can be rewritten. Right now, I want you to declare this with conviction. I cancel every agreement I ever made with struggle and scarcity. I now align with divine supply. Again, I cancel every agreement I ever made with struggle and scarcity. I now align with divine supply. Feel the power of those words. They are not wishes, they are revocations. When you speak like this, you reclaim your energy. You pull your spirit back from the places it was drained by fear and shame. You stop performing poverty and begin embodying prosperity. So let this be your decree today. I break the poverty spell. I serve the God of overflow. Again, I break the poverty spell. I serve the God of overflow. Because the moment you revoke the lie of limitation, heaven begins to reintroduce you to the truth of your inheritance, abundance without apology. There is a version of you that walks differently, not faster, not louder, but with presence. She enters her room and the atmosphere shifts. Not because of what she wears or owns, but because her energy whispers, I belong here. That, my dear, is wealth energy. True wealth does announce itself, it emanates. It moves through silence, through posture, through calm certainty. When you walk in wealth energy, you don't chase, you attract. You don't explain, you embody. I once saw a woman at a small cafe who carried herself like royalty. Her clothes were simple, her jewelry subtle, yet every movement radiated confidence. When she spoke slowly, as though every word had already been approved by heaven. People turned to listen, though she was trying to be heard. That is wealth energy, the vibration of enoughness. You see, money follows identity. And identity is written not on paper, but in posture. The rich in spirit don't move with hurry, they move with harmony. The secret is this energy precedes evidence. Long before the bank reflects abundance, you're a must. You must walk like the version of you that already has what she desires. Sit as she would sit. Speak as she would speak. Decide as she would decide. This isn't pretense, it's preparation. The universe reads energy, not excuses. Every time you carry yourself as if you've already arrived, reality takes note and begins to rearrange in your favor. So let's anchor it now. Stand tall. Roll your shoulders back. Feel the crown above your head, and the ground beneath your feet. Then say this aloud. I walk like money already knows me. Again, I walk like money already knows me. Let it vibrate through your body until your very cells remember it. Because wealth responds to recognition not of numbers, but of nature. You are the child of abundance. And when you walk in that knowing, the world cannot help but mirror your majesty. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Feel it, the space between who you were and who you are becoming. This is the moment the illusion falls away. You are not trying to become wealthy. You are remembering that you already are. Wealth was never something you had to chase. It has always been a frequency waiting for you to rise to its level. Every affirmation you've spoken, every moment you chose faith over fear, has been preparing you for this now. The shift is happening outside of you, it's unfolding within you. So breathe again, slow, deep, intentional. Place your hand on your heart, and whisper these words. I now step into my millionaire identity by divine right and divine ease. Feel how that sounds when spoken with conviction. I think, speak, and act in perfect alignment with wealth, grace, and boldness. This isn't just a sentence, it's a contract with your higher self. You are no longer performing poverty, you are embodying prosperity. You are no longer waiting for proof, you are walking in presence. Now imagine yourself standing at the doorway of your new life. You are radiant, calm, certain. Opportunities no longer intimidate you, they recognize you. Money no longer feels far, it feels familiar. You walk with a quiet command that tells the universe, it is done. This is not arrogance, it's alignment. This is what spiritual authority feels like, stillness filled with power. You don't plead. You don't hope. You know. And now speak the words that seal this transformation. Say them with your full being. I am the millionaire. Not becoming. Not waiting. I am. Again louder. I am the millionaire. I walk in it. I rule in it. Feel the vibration of those words spread through your entire body. That's not imagination. That's activation. From this moment forward, you no longer chase abundance, you channel it. You no longer ask for permission, you embody your divine inheritance. So as you return to your day, remember, faith does not beg, faith knows. You are not seeking the kingdom of wealth, you are its expression. Everything that belongs to you by divine right is now magnetized to your energy. Say this once more before you open your eyes. All that I desire is already mine in the invisible, and I now call it visible. Because the truth, my dear, is simple and sacred. When you act like a millionaire before the money, the universe has no choice but to deliver the reflection.